Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Coming at you from the basement studio. Sorry for that. Boy, I cut those out of video all the time, so I apologize. That's something I try to avoid doing. How is everybody? I can tell you that we are pretty exhausted here at Trail Mansion. Pandemic takes a lot out of you, doesn't it? It's pretty crazy how it affects pretty much everything you're doing and not doing. Pretty wild. We're not huge homebodies, but we are home a lot. But everybody's a huge homebody right now. That's pretty crazy. Well, not everybody. And actually, that gets me to the very first thing I'm going to talk about here, which is what is bugging me this week. These protesters, man. What in the ever-loving fuck is that shit? Seriously? You're protesting being safe and not helping transmit a deadly virus. Okay. Now, that being said, I do know that some of the restrictions in certain states were kind of ridiculous, like little crazy things like you could take out a rowboat or a kayak or something, but you couldn't take out a power boat, like a boat with an engine in it. What the hell is that? I'd say if you can take your boat out into the lake, you can take your boat out into the lake. What difference does it make? I don't understand how that affects the virus at all. I would probably suggest not swimming and things like that. But, if you're going to be in a boat, I don't know why it matters if it has an engine or not. That's kind of weird. But so I can understand being pissed about that and saying something and trying to do something about it. What I don't understand is taking your AR-15 and your holstered pistols and standing on the steps of your Capitol building and protesting, wearing your Trump Pence 2020 hat. Don't get that at all. That's in a totally different zone than me. And I attribute a lot of that shit to these folks who think they're political, who, are out there supposedly supporting Trump and all this stuff. They're treating it like it's a fucking wrestling match. And not even a wrestling match, sorry. A wrestling match, right? That fake bullshit stuff. Wrestling. And don't get me wrong, I understand it's entertainment, and that's great. It has more than its right to exist. I got no problems with that at all. But we all know it for what it is. As a matter of fact, Donald Trump was in wrestling at one point, wasn't he? So, yeah, what the fuck are you people doing? That's insane. And, you know how you know it's insane? Because Donnie Trump supports it. That's how you know it's insane. It's truly fucking bonkers. If something that you're doing, he's cheering you on, then you know you got problems. All right. I got very political on that. I apologize, but I don't apologize because that's fucking crazy. That's not how you go about affecting change. There's nothing wrong with protesting at all. Peaceful protesting. That means don't bring your guns. But there is something wrong with a bunch of yayhoos wearing red ball caps, screaming and yelling, "Let me out so I can go transmit this virus to more people and more people can die." By the way, in case you haven't seen, I think Kentucky, they had some protests and stuff. And then within the next few days, they had the highest advance in percentage-wise for population in cases, new cases, like a couple days later. So it's kind of like the pastor who had church and then, died later from coronavirus that he caught when he had church services. Yeah. All right. The other thing that's bugging me, and so it's kind of a two-parter, it would be conspiracy theories. This for the second time, I have been presented with a YouTube video, a lackluster, semi-professional looking, and I say semi, meaning barely, professional looking, professionally edited video piece, utilizing a bunch of new footage and stuff, claiming that this is all a scam, and it's a scam in order to keep Donald Trump from being reelected by the powers that oppose him. Okay. In addition to I don't know if you guys have heard the one about, this virus was created in a lab as a military weapon in China, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I guess there's a couple things I would say. Okay. First off, if you're China, you don't need a virus to attack the world or the United States. You have about 2 billion people, I believe. You can fuck us all up real quick if you want to. Granted, a lot of your people live in strife and in poverty. However, there's a lot of you guys. You can kick our ass at any time. I don't think you need a deadly virus that kills even your own people to use as a weapon. So I'm just applying logic to it. I don't know. Could be. It could have gone down that way. I'm not quite sure. The other thing is, the other conspiracy, to keep Donald Trump from getting elected. Okay. In the United States, we live in what kind of society? Now, a lot of people are going to say democracy, right? Well, in theory, that's true. But I think we all know by now that when it comes especially to electing presidents, our votes don't count, because we've elected 2 different presidents with our votes that didn't become the president. So the Electoral College went another way. So we know that's not true. So realistically, what we live in is capitalism, a capitalistic society. And in capitalism, there's a huge key to who has the most power. Just search your mind real quick. See if you can figure out what I'm talking about here. What is it that gives you a lot of power in a capitalistic society? Did you say money? What do you know? You're absolutely right. So with money comes power in capitalism. And there's kind of a problem with this theory and this idea right now that, people who want to be in power and take power away are making the economy crash and killing a bunch of Americans and making oil worth below zero. I think it's minus $40 a barrel. Yeah, that doesn't give you a lot of power, It kind of, actually, everything's kind of fucked up. I mean, would you really want to inherit this mess? I hear a lot of talk of a lot of different presidents who've come in and say that they've inherited, a mess to clean up. We hear it a lot more right now than ever. But I hear a lot of that talk. Would you want to be the next president? Probably not. I mean, it's pretty fucked up out there, guys. You think this is all going to be over with come November? And everything's just going to be snap-dappy rainbows and sunshine and all that shit? I don't think so. I think it's going to be fucked up for a while here. I think we're at home through the summer, probably, through a lot of the summer. I don't think there'll be any summer camps. I know they've already canceled Girl Scout camp stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if BSA camps shut down or, cancel for this summer. So, we're going to be stuck at home for a little while, guys. And one big reason why is because assholes are going out there and protesting less than so many feet, really close to each other, not wearing masks and all that. But it's okay. They got their guns. They're going to shoot the virus if it tries to get them. But they're close to each other and they're continuing to transmit this virus to others and making others sick, and it's continuing to spread. So the longer you morons keep doing that, the longer this takes for all of us. But the whole idea that someone is trying to upend his presidency and get someone else in office is absurd. It makes no sense logically. As far as whether this could be a virus that was created in a lab somewhere and accidentally got out and spread, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Shit, we don't know. I don't understand what the purpose is of trying to pretend that we do know. Are we trying to attack the Chinese? Surely we can do a better job than that at it. But these conspiracy theories are just ridiculous. It's just dumb shit, okay? Long story short, a pig bit a person or bit something that a person ate, or someone ate, or I'm sorry, a pig, a bat bit someone or bit something that someone ate, or someone ate a bat or some shit like that in a wet market in China, and it became a novel coronavirus that they've carried for millions of years, transferred over to humans, and it was spread rapidly within the province of Wuhan, China, and then it went out from there, okay? That's what we know so far. So saying all this other stuff and doing all this, we're just fucking slap happy because we're all trapped inside. We don't need to be out protesting. We need to be out getting groceries and stuff like that, getting gas, going to work if we have to, things like that, and then getting our asses at home. And the reason why you wear a mask when you go grocery shopping, like I see a lot of assholes not doing, is not necessarily for you, dumb fuck. The reason that you do it is just in case you are carrying it somehow, so you don't give it to other people and kill them or their grandmas or their moms and dads or their kids. You fucking ignorance. So anyway, I'll get off the subject, but that's, yeah. So I'm going to go to the break. I'm going to come back and be in a little bit better mood, talking about things that I'm into. So everybody hang tight, and we'll go ahead and throw it to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Okay, everybody, we're back. All right, what am I into? Well, I'm recording this a little late, but earlier I watched the Prince Grammy tribute. I don't know if any of you guys saw that, but April 21st is the anniversary of his passing away 4 years ago, I believe, in 2016. And yeah, it was a tremendous loss. I mean, I know I grew up listening to Prince, and I love Prince. I mean, one of the first records I had to go out and get was Sign of the Times. When I saw it, it was of zero concern to me how much it cost. I snatched it up immediately because that record is huge for me, as is Purple Rain, of course, which was kind of my biggest introduction to him. But yeah, I love Prince, and I definitely fell out of love with him for a long time and didn't listen to a lot of things past, like Crystal Ball was kind of the last one I listened to a lot. Raven to the Joy, fantastic. I think that was another one I listened to a bit, but it's really since then I didn't listen to too much of his stuff. But I love the guy, and he was so amazing and so talented and on so many levels that it's almost kind of hard to fathom. I mean, when we've talked about it with our kids, and especially with my daughter, she loves music. And I've pointed out to her that, oh, hey, on this first album that he put out, he played all 23 instruments in addition to singing. She's like, holy crap. Oh, hey, by the way, Prince was a world master in 12 instruments. What? I mean, it's insane. And I have shown her that video of Prince playing at that George Harrison tribute concert as well, which is remarkable. I know I've put a link in here before, but I'll put it in again. It's amazing if you haven't seen it. So that tribute last night was pretty incredible, and there was a lot of shining moments in it, and there were some moments that weren't very solid at all. Hey, somebody, if you know Usher, or if you know someone who knows Usher, please tell him to quit attempting to sing Prince songs, okay? Man, he just... And if he is going to do it and sing it, because he can dance, man, he's a very talented dancer and stuff, but if he is going to sing it as Usher, don't sing it as Prince, okay? Dude, you can't You cannot imitate his royal badness, so quit it. But some bright signs of what was going on last night. They redid Sign of the Times, and Common actually rapped some lyrics during a breakout in the song. Sheila E. sang the song and played. Sheila E. was on stage the whole entire time, and I know there's a little controversy about her, but anyway, he came in and threw down a couple lines, and probably my favorite line that he threw out was, we work harder for likes than we do for love. Wow. Whoa. That is a lyric that Prince would have loved. He would have been in love with that lyric, and it is a fact also, and it's sad. But yeah, pretty amazing. And I mean, that song speaks to me anyway. I love that song. But yeah, did a really good job of it. Beck also did Raspberry Beret. He definitely doesn't have the pipes to simulate Prince, but he did kind of sing it and perform it in the same way as Prince. But he kind of had his own tone to it and everything, but it was really good. And then Purple Rain at the end was really something else. If you get a chance, check it out. I'm sure there'll be clips of it all over YouTube and you'll be able to watch it and stuff, but it was pretty remarkable. But probably the ultimate moment for me was, Foo Fighters did Darling Nikki also, which I have heard Prince hated the fact that they did that, but they did it anyway, and it was pretty awesome too. But really what hit home for me was when I was watching it, I was enjoying myself and digging it, and I kept almost expecting Prince to, step out on stage and, thank everybody. But then I remembered, no, dude, he died 4 years ago. And that sucks. There are a couple deaths, of famous people that I feel like were important in my life and I was really impacted by. And Prince is one of them. Robin Williams is another one. And kind of it's very similar, actually. Robin Williams, by the time, that all went down and he took his own life, he was more annoying to me than anything. I would see him on a talk show and I would turn because he was kind of annoying by that point. But he was a comedic genius also, and he was also a tremendous dramatic actor, and just a very talented man. And he fought real hard and suffered with depression for a long time, and unfortunately didn't win that battle. So he affects me a lot too. And when I see a movie and he's in it, it's kind of tough to watch it, I'll be honest with you. And then Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon. I know a lot of people are like, Blind Melon, man, what about Kurt Cobain? Yeah, Kurt Cobain, that sucked. But I was really into Blind Melon, and I think Blind Melon could have really gone in a different direction and done so much more if he would have stuck around. But yeah, that one hurts a lot too, definitely. Let's see, what am I into besides that? As far as music, I picked up this Black Sabbath Ultimate Collection, which I believe it spans from the very beginning of their career up until the last album with Ozzy. It's like 71 to 78 or something like that. It may have some newer songs. I know they did an album with him again called 13. I don't think there's any of those songs in there, but it doesn't matter. The important thing is the song you heard me play in there at the beginning was Fairies Wear Boots. And that song, I know it's got a weird name, but that song is huge for me. I love that song. Another one is Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is a big song. War Pigs. There's I could go on and on, but that collection is amazing. And I will put up some pictures of the fold out, the gatefold stuff on it. It folds out into like a cross. It's pretty amazing. But it's a quadruple album collection, 4 full records of all their songs. And I've been listening to the hell out of that thing. It's amazing. We're still watching Dave, but I've become fascinated and enamored with Little Dicky, which is who Dave plays in the show and who he really is. And yeah, if you haven't seen Little Dicky, I'm going to put a link in here. I know I always say that and I forget, but I'm going to put a link in here of him freestyling on the Sway show that's on Sirius XM radio. And you're going to be floored. He is something else. I know he's funny and it's a lot of fun, his raps and all that stuff, but he's also very talented. And in his show, he's a very talented actor and writer. I mean, he has really pulled something off here that I think is very different and very unique and a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of Atlanta, but I don't know. This seems even a little bit more genuine to me. Sorry, that's not a slam on Atlanta. As far as what else is going on, retro gaming. I built out a Raspberry Pi 4 retro gaming kit because I want to buy a cabinet and make our own arcade machine for the household here. And I've been playing a lot with that, working with stuff that I find on ETA Prime on YouTube. He's amazing, and he really kind of shows you the way if you don't know much about that kind of stuff. He's really into retro gaming and emulation and stuff. So been watching a lot of that, figuring that stuff out. And then another thing we're going through, we're doing some fix-it stuff around the house, not personally, but we're hiring some people to help lift the driveway and do some of the poly resin stuff that goes under the driveway to lift it back up, some of the panels and the front sidewalk. And then we're also redoing the gutters and stuff. But while that's all come up, there's been a lot of talk about a lawnmower. And I know I am allergic to freshly cut grass and a lawn, which is weird. But it's really one of the things that I've always been allergic to. However, I have always mowed the lawn and dealt with it. So I just take a allergy pill before I go do it. And I go do it and come back, take a shower, and lay down because it's going to take me a good hour and a half to recover. But I do it anyway. So we've had a push lawnmower. It's actually not push, it's self-propelled. But I think we're on our second or third one for this house. And it seems like about every 4 or 5 years they just die and you just have to get a new one. I mean, it's crazy that lawnmowers are just throwaway devices, but they are. So there's been a lot of talk of doing a riding lawnmower. It probably would save me an hour. Right now it takes me between the front and back lawn up to 2.5 hours, depending on how it is. Right now, if I go mow it, it's going to take 2.5 hours because it's pretty thick. We put a bunch of grass seed down and it's been raining. But, all right, so do I really want to spend $1,500-$1,600 on a riding lawnmower? Or, and I looked into some of the new electric ones, the rechargeable battery ones, and they've come a long ways, but I think our lawn's just too big. I mean, we got a little bit bigger than the double lot in the backyard. I just don't think that's going to work. So, I don't know. Having trouble with that. If you guys have any opinions, anything like that, you want to talk about it, reach out to me. Got the Facebook page, got the email, Twitter, you can leave a message on the anchor.fm page. I know, really exciting, a lawnmower dilemma. But it is life, right? Especially in the pandemic zone. That's it, guys. Not much else to talk about today. Just rocking out to some music, living life, surviving through this deal. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Again, reach out, contact. If you'd like to be a part of this, please let me know. Take it easy. Oh, get off my lawn.